Hey guys, Little V here. Yes, you can use my music, and no, I don't do tabs. Welcome back to Q&A with V, number 8. And first off, apologize for them going up a little later than normal. I have been drinking coffee at night, which is not a good idea, because I've been staying up till like 5 or 6 in the morning. I've been incredibly productive, like recording a lot of music, but yeah, it's not helping my sleep schedule. If you're wondering about the ridiculous getup, it is Stampede Week in Calgary, and about the only time anything interesting actually happens in the city. And, yeah, getting myself in the mood. I've no country gigs this year, though. No country gigs. And I do have one metal gig. And I'm playing in a band that's opening for Wednesday 13 in, like, a week and a half. So that's kind of cool. By the way, you're currently watching this on my GoPro. It has a nice wide-angle lens, as you can see the entire room. This is what my setup is, if you haven't seen it before, at least for the video aspect. I'm using the same old green screen I've been using for about, I want to say 5 years now? And then bought these lights, and there's one right there you can't see, recently, so I've added another 1,000 watts of light on top of my 1,000 watts of light, so now I'm super blind when I'm trying to perform, hence why I wear the sunglasses. Hey, as always, if you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section down below, and no requests, because I'm sure you can now see it. It doesn't matter how many times I say it, people leave requests, because... Yo V, please answer. To make good sounding music, in what order would you put gear, instrument skill, producer skill? So I would actually put that in reverse. I'd put production, then instruments, then gear. And the reason why is because, well, production, obviously, if you don't know how to make your stuff sound good, it doesn't matter how good you are or how good the gear is. If you don't know what to do with it, it's not really gonna turn out well. Then instruments, because knowing how to play the instrument, kind of important. And then gear at the bottom. And I put the gear at the bottom especially now because back when I was a teenager starting off doing this, and I'm sure I'm not the only one who's done this, I had this infatuation with, it has to be gear, right? Like it has to be the equipment that I'm missing here. Like it has to be all the plugins and it's has because this guy's playing a $5,000 guitar. And as I get older, it's not. It's really not. Honestly, you can get by with a lot of stock plugins from a lot of basic recording systems like Reaper's a great example. Reaper's awesome for stuff like that. I haven't played around with it too much, but I've been playing around with it more and more recently on my laptop, and it's a lot of fun to play with, and not expensive too. And then, yeah, and like, here's an example. This drum kit right here, just the shells, so just this is a Tama Star Classic with Bingo, by the way. Just these shells here, along with 2 of the drums over there. This is $5,000 just for the drums, not the hardware, not the cymbals, which the cymbals will probably add another, not these, but like when I play live, probably add another, probably at least 1,000 if not 2 on top of everything else. Basically, a lot of expensive gear. Granted, I've been buying this stuff over the course of 10 years, so don't worry about that. Anyways, the point I'm trying to make is, I tend to play my cheap $400 Birch drum kit a heck of a lot more than I play this live, basically because, well, A, it's smaller and more portable, so it's just convenient, and I love the sound of that drum kit, and it's really inexpensive. It's a mid-tier drum kit and a fraction of the price of this thing, but I love how it sounds. So really, gear, I would put that right at the bottom. You really, if you really want to do it and really want to make music, you don't need the equipment. It helps, but you'd really you could start off with basic stuff and make awesome sounding stuff. What is your favorite Jojo stand? That's either a toss-up between Crazy Diamond, just because I love the idea of punching stuff back together and fixing it, or Pearl Jam, because I like to cook, and I like the idea of basically being able to make the best food ever. How come you like Japanese games? Is there a story behind it? By the way, do you watch anime? Dude, I play all games, not just Japanese games. I've only recently actually been delving into Japanese games. I grew up on Western games. My youth was GoldenEye, Perfect Dark, and then I jumped onto Halo when that came out. Oh, StarCraft as well, too. My dad actually got me into StarCraft, of all things. And then through the Xbox, what was packaged in with that was Star Wars Knights of the Republic, KOTOR, and that got me into RPGs. And also Mech Assault when that was packaged together, too. And then I went through Elder Scrolls. Love Elder Scrolls. In fact, I'm re-downloading Oblivion right now, and I'm going to mod the heck out of it because I think Oblivion is my favorite. And I've probably, out of all games, dumped the most time into Oblivion and Morrowind second. Dude, I love all games. I'm just only recently jumping into Japanese games, and I just like video games. I like video games and I like music. I like both. It's a great combination. It's kind of why I have this channel. And by the way, to answer your anime question, I just answered who my favorite stands are, so yeah. By the way, on that note, if you haven't started watching the Castlevania Netflix series, Watch it, for the love of God, it's so good. And when it pops off, it pops off. Oh boy, they do not skimp on the gore and the violence. Are there days you're not really into playing music that day, or where you feel like you're low on energy? If so, what's your routine or trick to get you out of such a rut when playing music is your career? Oh hell yeah, there's more days than you would think where I just don't want to play music and I don't want to do anything and kind of just want to veg out. The trick to that is on those days I don't want to work, those are the days I work harder, and I also kind of just disciplined myself over the last 13 years to like sit down and play a little bit, even if I'm not really in the mood. I think that's one of the mentalities I found, especially with like a lot of younger players and stuff, that they really gotta get over, is that I mean, like, you know, it's good to have inspiration and stuff like that, and, you know, but the whole concept of, like, waiting for motivation to motivate you to do something, that's not a reliable source of especially if you're treating music as a job. That's not, you can't tap into that because it's fickle. So it's good to just be disciplined and then just sit down and work. And then usually when I'm sitting down and working on something, I tend to just get interested in what I'm doing and go like, okay, let's keep going, let's do this. And then, oh, a couple hours passed, and oh yeah, that's kind of fun, yeah. Slayer and Metallica is really old stuff, ellipses. Slayer put their first album out in 1983 and Metallica in 1981. That is over 30 years ago. I would call that old by now. Hey there, I recently watched Whiplash. If you haven't watched Whiplash, for the love of God, go watch Whiplash. And I have no doubt that the drumming was very hard and good, but at the same time, I don't play the instruments. So how hard would you classify the drumming? Could you play Caravan? I've never actually tried playing Caravan. Hold on a second here. Oh yeah, that stuff's really hard. Basically, I consider like high-speed jazz, death metal, and Latin to be like the hardest styles on drum. I mean, there's a reason why they still teach jazz at a university level, because that stuff ain't easy. It's really difficult. Anyways, that's all for this week. Not really any sassy comments this week. I mean, there were, but after last week, I want to keep it positive this week. Good vibes this week, not negativity this week. Anyways, I'm gonna play myself out, so rock on, peace out, and we'll see you next time.